today we're gonna take a look at combat in the Backpack tabletop role-playing game. So I'm gonna show an example of combat in tabletop RPG. I won't talk about every detail in combat. I will try to focus mainly on showing off how the zones work and basically attacking and defending. And I won't go into details about weapons or maybe into details about enemies or monsters, stuff like that, but I will mention a few things. So, what is the situation? Well, this is a dungeon room, of course, and you can see that the player characters they will open these doors to the left and enter, and in this room they will face some nasty opposition. They will face 3 zombies. They will be like closest to them on this bridge, and on the sides here, just to make it extra dramatic, we have like just pits with no barriers to stop, so it will be quite dangerous. Back here we have 2 skeleton archers, one on each flank. And we have the bad guy himself, the Red Demon, who is like the boss of this small combat example. And I will transfer this to my actual physical pieces, and I will show you what it looks like at the table. All right. So now we are about to show a little playtest. I have all our heroes here. We got the purple fighter, the blue cleric type, and we have this brown guy is a woodsman. And the yellow guy is a scoundrel, so it's a more rogue character. And here is our battleground with the zones laid out according to the general layout of the dungeon. And here are the enemies. So we will face 3 zombies, and these zombies have some traits, but generally they are 2d6, as you can see. I found nice green dice for the zombies, and but they are tough and slow, and you will see what that means later. And back here we have 2 skeleton archers. They are trying to give some support. And we have also here, we have the boss, the big guy. This is the Red Devil. He's like a big brute. He has 4 8-sided dice. Okay, so let's start. We'll see how this goes. I think this could be a very tough fight. So they might very well die or have to run away or something. But it doesn't matter. We are here to show just how the system works. So let's say that the player characters has won the initiative, and they will have they can move first. The woodsman and the scoundrel, they have crossbows, so they could maybe try to fire at the skeletons back here. This might be good, but they could also try to soften up the zombies, or even take some shots at the big devil. The devil is also slow, and it has a mighty attack which can push creatures. But let's do something heroic. I know that the fighter type, the yellow character, he's very strong, and I think he will get right into the fray with the difficult opponents. So he will move in here, and then he could attack with a combat action, but he will use that combat action to move once again. And he will run past all the zombies and face the big guy. So his turn is over, and let's actually maybe we just attack. This might be very stupid, but the cleric will join his friend. So they will rush here as well, and then we have the guys with the crossbows, and I think they will start to shoot at the zombies, try to soften them up a little bit. So let's start with the woodsman. The woodsman has an attack value of 5 with his crossbow, and he's shooting at this zombie. So he takes the zombie die and he rolls it, and he needs to roll a 5 or less. A 6. Shit. Yeah, alright. That was a miss. That was very unfortunate. And also, when you roll the maximum of the die, that is called a bad roll, and that has consequences such as weapon breakage and other stuff like that. But I won't show that in this test today. Okay, so let's try with the scoundrel. He also tries to fire his crossbow. He tries to shoot at the other one, the same one, and he has only 4 on his attack value. And we rolls a 6 as well. Oh my god! This doesn't start very well. All right. Okay, so that's all our heroes. Whew. Let's see what the enemies are doing then. So let's start with the zombies. So they move in, and since they are slow, they are not able to move and make a combat action. So they move in, and that's pretty much what they do. And we have the archers. I think the archers are they want to help their zombie pals a little bit. So I think this archer will try to shoot at one of these. I just roll randomly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. So it will be the brown one, it will be the woodsman. So they fire, then you roll both dice. And the woodsman's defense is, I'm checking here on my paper, 3. Okay. Alright. So the woodsman rolls very good. I broke 1 and a 2. So he rolls, both dice are below or equal to his defense. Actually, so the archer misses. The other archer also tries to fire. I roll at who? Okay, it targets the scoundrel. The scoundrel's defense is 4. Let's roll. Okay. So he rolls 4 or under with 1 die, but he fails with 1 die. That means he takes a wound. He takes a hit. I'm just making a note. There are different kind of damage types, but I won't go into that now. I just note how many times they are hit. So he got hit. Okay, and now we have the Red Devil, or this demon type. He attacks one of these guys. 1, 2, 3. It's the fighter. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, because the 4-sided dice. Yeah, so he will attack with a big, huge attack on the fighter. So the fighter has a defense of 3. Let's see how this could be very bad. Yes, okay. So he rolls a 1. That's very good. He rolls a 2. That's very good. But there are 2 dice that fails. One is a normal failure, a 5. but 1 is a bad roll. He rolls an 8. So this means a normal failure is he takes a damage. A bad roll is that he takes 2 damage. So in total, he's hit for 3 damage. And yeah, so that was a very bad attack. And also, this demon is very strong, so he has a push effect. So he will push the fighter back 1 zone. So it's like slamming him with his big club. And he's getting a massive blow and flies backwards. Alright, but now it's our heroes again. So, one thing about skeletons is that they are vulnerable against blunt weapons. And as it happens, this cleric, he has a mace. So he moves into this area where the skeleton is, and he attacks that skeleton. And since they are vulnerable against his weapon, he has a right to re-roll a miss. The first miss if he makes one. His attack value of his mace is 4. So let's roll. 3, that's a hit. Excellent. Then I take the die and I remove it. Okay, so this skeleton is now wounded. Since he managed to successfully hit, they are also locked in melee now. This has some binding each other a little bit when it comes to movement and such. Okay, so that was good. Let's start with these guys. Maybe they need help with the zombies. So reloading the crossbow takes a combat turn, and they don't think they have the time. So they just drop their crossbows or sling them up the backs and draw their rapiers. They both have a rapier. And let's start with the woodsman. The woodsman's rapier has an attack value of 3. But these zombies are very tough. They're not easily killed. Since they don't have a lot of vital organs. So he have to, if he succeeds on his first roll, he need to roll it again. So because he has, it's called, he has a bane on the attack. He rolls a 4. Yeah, that's a miss, so it doesn't matter. He tries to attack him, but no effect. And let's do the same with the scoundrel. And the scoundrel has, he's a little more skilled, so he has 4 on his attack value. He rolls a 3, that's good, but they are tough, so he must roll again to see if he succeeds. He rolls a 4, so that's excellent. Okay, so he actually damages this zombie, so remove that dice. Alright, so that actually worked out pretty well. But it could be that that the fighter tries to maybe still help his pals. Yeah, and they are also locked in melee, since that was a successful attack. I forgot that. Okay, so the fighter, he runs in again to these guys, and he attacked that one in order to save his body from getting hit. Alright, so we roll. The fighter has a 2-handed sword. It has a very good attack score. So he has an attack score of 5. So let's roll. It's a success. He rolls a 2. And then we roll again, because they are tough. This could be a miss. Oh, it's still a hit. Good. So that creature is killed. This is it for the heroes. Now it's the enemy's turn. Yeah, the demon, he wants to go where the fight is. But he's slow, so he can only move once and not do a combat action. So he moves 1 step towards them. We have this skeleton archer in melee with this cleric. And he tries to attack. Being a ranged enemy means that he has a bane. That means a disadvantage, more or less, to attack someone who is locked in melee with them. So, but he tries. No, he doesn't. Makes more sense to try to move away, perhaps, to his buddy. So, since he was locked in melee, he cannot move and then attack in the same turn. So he just gets here. And this archer tries to help his buddy and fire on this cursed cleric of good. So he rolls his dice, and the cleric has a defense of 4 since he has a shield and everything. Let's roll. Ooh, 2 6s, 2 bad rolls. So this means that he doesn't get 1 + 1. He actually gets 2 + 2 hits. That's rough. That archer really hurt him good. Okay, and now it's the zombies' turn. Let's see what they do. I like to roll randomly who is attacked, so let's do that. From left to right. Yeah, okay, it's the fighter. That might be good. Okay, so this zombie tries to attack the fighter with a defense of 3. Yeah, okay. He avoids this one, but get 1 hit. And they become locked in melee. So I mark 1 more hit on the fighter. And the other one we roll to see. Okay, he's attacking the middle one. That is the scoundrel. And the scoundrel has a defense of 4. Yeah, he avoids 1, but a bad roll on his defense. That means he takes a hit and he takes 2 hits actually. Yeah, all right. So he's taken a total of 3 hits, and they are locked in melee. All right. So this is 2 turns, I think, and we are into the 3rd turn. Right now it looks they have taken some beating. They've had some bad rolls, but still it could be turned around. Let's start with the cleric then. He'll go in here and try to finish off this skeleton archer. He rolls 2. That's under his attack value of 4, so that's a hit. And even if he had failed, he'd had a chance to roll again, since the skeleton are vulnerable against his weapon. So that skeleton is destroyed. Yay! And over here we have we're gonna try to do something. So if you're locked in melee, you can really only attack the opponent who is locked with you. So the scoundrel and the fighter, then they unless they move out, they need to they need to attack the enemies who are locked with them. But you could try to get them out of the problem. So I will see if I can manage that. Let's try with the woodsman here. He'll try to attack the one with who is in melee with the scoundrel. And he has he's not that powerful, but he'll try. He has 3 on his attack value. Let's roll. A 6. No, really bad. Okay, so no effect. Then let's take the fighter. He swings with his great sword. It's a 5. It's a hit, but as you recall, the zombies are tough. So he needs to re-roll that to confirm it. Yeah, he rolls another hit. So that's good. So he wounds this zombie. So I remove the die. And then we have the scoundrel. He tries to attack this zombie. His attack value with this rapier is 4. That's cocked. I roll again. Yeah, so he rolls a good roll. A value of 1 is always a good roll. This means that even though this character or this enemy is tough, a good roll is never re-rolled. So this is a hit. And since it's also a good roll, you deal 1 extra damage. So Scoundrel actually one-shots this zombie. That's probably piercing the brain or something like that of him. Okay, so this is good. But now it's the enemy's turn. So let's start back here. I think this skeleton is getting a bit nervous. As nervous as a skeleton can get. But he tries to fire at this pesky cleric. The cleric tries to avoid it. He rolls his defense. His defense value is 4. Yeah, he succeeds. So that arrow just he dodges that with a quick sidestep. And then we have the last zombie. He tries, of course, to attack the fighter. The fighter has a defense of 3. Oh, he rolls a 6. That's a very bad defense roll. So he takes 2 hits. This fighter is taking a lot of beating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's down on being wounded level now. So that's not good. And also, remember this guy? Yeah, we have this big demon coming to clear house. But since he's slow, at least he can't do an attack right now. Okay, that's it. So now it's the character's turn, and we start with the cleric. He attacks. He runs, moves into that zone and attacks. He has an attack of 4. That's a failure, but since the skeleton is vulnerable against the mace, he gets to re-roll the first miss, and that becomes a hit. So, very good, it's a hit. And they are locked in melee. Okay, and we'll take the fighter. He's locked in melee with the zombie. And he tries to attack it with his great sword. That's a hit, but since the zombie is tough, he needs to confirm that with a reroll. Ooh, it's still a hit. So very good. However, since it is a reroll, he only crit on the first roll. So the good roll on the confirming roll doesn't have any effect. But it is a hit, meaning he kills it. And so that is good. They've actually managed pretty good. I think I thought they'd be a lot more punished. Okay, now we gonna try to do it this order. So the woodsman tries to attack the demon. The woodsman with his rapier. The rapier has an attack value of 3 for him. So he rolls a 4. No, so that's a miss. Too bad. And the scoundrel has an attack value of 4, and he tries to attack the demon. Notice that when the player characters attack an enemy, they pick up one of the enemy dice and rolls it. A 6. No, it's a miss as well. Okay, that's it. And now it's the enemy turn. Let's just see what the demon wants to do. Let's see who he attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8 I reroll. 3, 4. He attacks the scoundrel. Alright. This could hurt. So the scoundrel has a defense of 4. Oof. Not good. Okay, he managed to save against 1 attack. But he gets hit for 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, he's also down at being damaged territory. Also, yeah, we can try it. We can show this. This could be quite deadly. But remember, this demon is having his attacks have a push effect. So he tries to when he hits the scoundrel, he tries to push him over the edge down into the abyss. And when a weapon effect like push has a potential deadly outcome, the one being pushed always have a save possibility. And in this case it will be a grace save. That is the attribute being used for reflexes and stuff like that. And we roll the monsters or the enemies die to check it, and the scoundrel has a 4 on his grace. He needs to roll 4 or less. However, a special ability of the scoundrel is that they always have a boon when making grace saves. So he could reroll a potential miss. No, but he succeeds. Awesome. So he's like on the edge like this. Woo! He managed to grab hold of something and he's not dead. But this could have been quite deadly. You should not fight with monsters on platforms with ledges and stuff like that. That's crazy. Don't do it. Okay, so that was the demon hitting the scoundrel. And we have this skeleton. That skeleton is pretty much in an advantage since it's an archer. So it will not have an easy time fighting with the cleric. A ranged unit, enemy unit, well, you picture them as having like a bow and arrow or crossbows, or maybe throwing spears and stuff like that. And maybe they try to fire at him while they're in melee, or maybe they draw like a secondary weapon, such as a dagger or something smaller than that. Either way, however you want to picture it or describe it, this means that they have a disadvantage. They have a bane on attacking. It actually turns out like this: the skeleton attacks the cleric. The cleric defends against that attack, so the cleric gets a boon on their defense check. And the cleric has 4 on their defense. He rolls 4. Yeah, no need, no problem. He blocks the clumsy attack. Okay, so now it's the player character's turn again. Let's see if the cleric can get rid of this guy. He attacks, attack value 4. Yeah, that's a hit. A pile of bones is all that is left. And let's see what happens here, over here with the demon. That is actually the more dangerous guy. Okay, so let's take the fighter. He tries to attack with his great sword. He has an attack value of 5. We roll. It's a hit. So that's good. So we remove 1 die at least. And he is now locked in melee with this big demon. And now something cool happens. So the scoundrel has also a special ability that if they attack an enemy who is locked in melee with someone else, they get a boon on their attack roll, because they are like extra. It's like a backstab or something like that. They are good at flanking. So let's try to attack. His attack value is 4. It is a hit, so he doesn't have to roll again. That's good. And he also has an ability that says, for any reason, whenever he attacks and hits after having a boon on his attack roll, he deals an extra damage. Normally he do 1 damage, but then he does 1 extra damage, since he is scoundrel and he attacked with boon. So he has actually caused this poor demon quite a lot of hurt. The problem is, though, since his attack was successful, he now is locked in melee with the demon. And an enemy can only be locked in melee with 1 player character. But a player character can be locked in melee with like many enemies. We have we have the woodsman left, trying to attack with his rapier. He has a 3. That's a failure. Okay. All right. So as you can see, this demon is quite weakened. And let's make a moral check. You make moral checks when half of all the dice have been removed or being stunned or out of the fight, basically. Then you make a moral check. So this could have happened maybe a round ago or something like that, or two. But I'll do it now to describe it. So when you make a moral check, you check for the entire side, then the entire group, if they want to keep fighting or not. And you use the biggest die, and you roll it, and you want to, if you roll equal to or less than the number of player characters still fighting, then they give up. Otherwise, they keep on fighting. So I rolled a 1, so this demon don't want to fight anymore. So he would probably try to get away, or maybe start to beg for his life and try to make a deal or something like that. Okay, so this was this went actually quite well. It is probably, I've done this scenario sometimes, so I know that the cleric is very effective against the archer. That's why I dare to risk him running to the back rows and try to take the archers, because the archers can be quite nasty if they get some good hits, and then they are very, very troublesome for the players. All right, thanks a lot. You survived, guys. And these are not totally new characters. They are like they have gained 1, or maybe some of them have gained 2 ranks. So, but quite new still, and no magical weapons or stuff like that. All right, thanks a lot. Okay, thanks a lot for watching this small demonstration of a little battle in Backpack role-playing game. So for you who are not maybe this is the first video you're watching or something like that, so the whole concept of the game, or the rules, is to ease the burden of the game master. So that means that the design restrictions or restraints that is put when making this role-playing game is that the game master should have no tracking at all. So you could see a little bit that once the pieces are on the table, you don't need to keep track of anything as a game master, since the dice handles the quality of the enemies, how good they are to hit or defend themselves, or how strong their attacks are, and also and this is also something that the players can actually see. So they can, maybe they don't know the exact traits of enemies, but they learn it soon enough. But they can make a pretty accurate evaluation of who is dangerous and who is maybe less dangerous, in order to fight intelligently. So that is the main goal. And also now in the game, the players make all the die rolls. So when their player characters attack, they make they want to roll equal to or below their attack value, and they roll with the actual enemy's die. So that creates the difficulty. And when they are being attacked, they actually roll a defense save, it's called. So they want to roll the monsters or the enemy's die, and they want to roll below or equal to the defense score. Just some clarification. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Next time, I don't know, It could be that we talk about. Maybe we should do something really controversial. Let's talk about. Ooh, it's gonna be tough. I think we're gonna talk about ranking up and developing your character, leveling up, so to speak. All right. Thanks a lot.